Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to automate AI agent language detection and response routing. So I am an owner of a multinational e-commerce business and I receive a lot of inquiries by my customers in different languages from all around the world in my Gmail account. Now detecting these languages manually and then assigning this inquiry to the right team is very time consuming. So what I've done is for this process, I have created an AI agent using Pabbly Connect. So how this AI agent works is that as soon as I'm going to receive a new email by my customer in my Gmail account, an AI agent is going to first detect the language. With that, it is also going to generate the category in which this inquiry relies on, okay? And as the AI agent is going to take out all these details, automatically this inquiry is going to be assigned to my right team. A message is going to be forwarded towards that team in the Google chat space that I've created. I have created multiple Google chat space for different languages. Now, if you want to learn how you can do this, how you can create this AI agent for yourself, for your business, for that, let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to automate AI agent language detection and response routing with Pabbly. So as an owner of a multinational e-commerce business, I deal with customers' inquiries from all around the world in different languages. I use Pabbly Connect to create an AI agent that is going to detect the language of an inquiry and then it is going to route it to the right support team on Google Chat. I use an AI language detection to instantly identify the language of the message, and then I use Pabbly Connect to automatically send that inquiry to the appropriate language speaking support team on Google Chat. This ensures that my customers receive quick and accurate assistance in their preferred language, enhancing the overall experience. And I'm going to create this amazing AI agent with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect/INR/. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps window in front of you in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides. From which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right over here. After that, Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as AI Agent Language Detection and Response Routing. Okay, so this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. And for the folder, from the left side of my panel, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select AI Agent Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of AI Agent Language Detection and Response Routing, and you can see that there are two windows in front of you. One over here says trigger, other says action. So what is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step at multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Email Parser by Pabbly. As with the help of email parser, we are going to fetch the data out from our Gmail account, okay? We do not have the trigger for our Gmail. That is why I'm selecting my trigger application as email parser. Using this amazing feature by Pabbly, we can fetch the data of the received email from our Gmail account to this workflow right over here, okay? That is why for my trigger application, I've selected it as email parser, okay? And for the trigger event, I'm going to select as new email received. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with the email parser address. Using this address, this is a forwarding address. We are going to build the connection between our Gmail account and this workflow right here. For that, firstly, I'm going to copy this email address from here. After copying the email address, log into your Gmail account that you want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So this is my Gmail account right over here, and I want to connect this account to Pabbly Connect. For that, over here, we have to go to the settings option of our Gmail account and click on the see all settings option right here. After coming to all settings of your Gmail account, from the panel, you have to go to the forwarding and POP IMAP option right here. As I'm going to go to it, over here you can see it says forwarding, and we have to add a forwarding address. I'm going to click on this add a forwarding address right here, and it is asking for the new forwarding address. For that, I'm going to paste the address that Pabbly Connect has provided us over here, okay? After that, I'm going to click on this next button right here. As I've done that, over here it is asking for me to proceed with this mail. I'm going to click on this proceed button right here. It says a confirmation link has been sent to this forwarding email address to verify the permission. So it is waiting for the verification for this email address. For that, go back to your workflow that you have created and scroll down. And over here you can see we have received a response, and in the response, if I'm going to further scroll down, in this body text, if I'm going to scroll down right over here, you can see I have received this link right over here, and this is the verification link. I'm going to copy this link from body text right here and paste it in a new tab right over here. As I've done that, it says please confirm the forwarding mail to this address to this right over here. I'm going to click on this confirm button. As it says confirmation is successful. As now the confirmation has been done successfully, I want to capture the response of the email instead of this response right over here. So I'm going to recapture the response over here first. Over here it is saying waiting for email parser response. So as now we have done that, I'm going to go back to my Gmail account. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page over here, you can see in forwarding, it says disable forwarding, forward a copy to the incoming mail. I'm going to select this option, and in this field, I'm going to paste the email address that Pabbly Connect has provided us. I'm going to again copy it from here and paste it right over here, okay? Now, as I've done that, I want to save the changes. For that, scroll down and click on the save changes button right over here. As I've done that, if I'm going to go to my settings option again right here, over here, you can see this forwarding email address has now been added to my Gmail account. Okay, this means my Gmail account is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now, to check whether my Gmail account is connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a dummy email inquiry through another email account on this Gmail account that I've connected with Pabbly Connect. And after doing that, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect workflow captures the response of the email being received or not. Okay, so now in order to do that using another Gmail account, I'm going to send an inquiry right here. Okay, so this is the other Gmail account, and I'm going to use it in order to send an inquiry email. Okay, so I'm going to write the email over here as, and yes, you can see right over here, I have written this dummy email in Hindi language. You can see right over here, as we are learning how to detect language and respond routing according to the language. That is why I've written the email in Hindi language, and this is the email that I've written right here. Okay, this is an inquiry that I have. Now, after writing the email, I'm going to select the recipient. The recipient is going to be this email address that I've connected to Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to enter the email address right here. I have selected the email address. Now I'm going to click on the send button to send the email. And you can see over here, this email has now been successfully forwarded. You can see right here. If I'm going to open my Gmail account over here and go to all my mails right here and refresh this page from here, and you can see over here, I have received this email successfully. You can see right here, okay? This is the same email. You can see right over here. This is the same subject, okay? So as now we've received the email in our Gmail account, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. And yes, you can see right over here in the response, we have received the response of the email right here. This is subject of the email. You can see right over here. If I'm going to further scroll down, you can see in the body text, we have received the body also right over here of the email that we have forwarded, okay? So as now we have received the response right here, this means that we have successfully connected email parser, that is our Gmail account, to Pabbly Connect, okay? So now as we have our email, now what I want is, I want to detect the language of the email first that we have received on our Gmail account, okay? And with that also, I want to categorize this email. I have few categories in my business. I want to categorize this email according to what I have received, an inquiry, feedback, comment, or complaint. According to the category, the AI agent should categorize this email, and with that, it should detect the language and the summary as well of the email. Okay. So over here, I'm going to set up my action step. As with the help of AI agent, I'm going to detect the language, select the category, as well as summarize the email. So firstly, over here for the action step, over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my AI agent, which is going to be OpenAI. So I'm going to select my AI agent as OpenAI right over here, because I'm using OpenAI in order to generate the content. But if you want, you can use Google Gemini or other AI agents according to your requirement. An action event over here is going to be ChatGPT, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is then going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you already have. After that, it is asking for the token. Using this token, we are going to build a connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. In order to generate your own token, click on this hyperlink button over here. As you're going to open the hyperlink, you're going to land towards the API key section of your OpenAI account, and to create a new token, click on this create new secret key button right here. This dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the name of the token, project, and the permission. You can give all the required details right here. Click on this create secret key button. The secret key is going to be generated. Copy it and paste it right over here in this token field. I've already done that, so I'm going to select the existing connection and click on the save button right here. After that, it is asking for me to select the AI model. For that, I'm going to select as GPT-4o mini. If you want, you can select the other AI models over here according to your requirement, okay? After that, over here, it is asking for the prompt. With the help of this prompt, this AI agent is going to generate the content according to our requirement. Over here, you have to enter a text and you have to specify all the things what you all require and do not require in the response that is going to be generated by our AI agent. Specify each and everything right here. So for the prompt, I'm going to write it as... So this is the prompt right here that says, analyze the following email and provide a detailed response in the following format. First, detect the mentioned language of the email. Next, identify the category of the email such as inquiry, feedback, complaint, support request, or others. Finally, generate a brief summary of the email content in English covering the main points in 2 to 3 sentences. Email content is the body. Do not add anything extra like JSON or something, and refer to the example JSON provided to create the JSON response. Okay, this is the example right here. I want the language separately, I want the category separately, as well as I want the summary of the email separately. So that is why I've mentioned how I want it. I want it in a JSON format, and in this manner I want the reply. That is why I've mentioned each and everything right here, what I require and what I do not require. Okay. Over here, it is asking for the email body. Now, for the data of this field, I am going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So, I'm going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how it works is that as soon as I'm going to select this email body over here, this was the previous step. And in this previous step, we have received the previous response. You can see right over here. Now, from this previous response, I am going to extract the data of the email body. So, I have received the body text right over here. Okay. So, this is the body text you can see right over here. And I want to gather the details of this text right over here. So, I'm going to select the data of this body text from my previous response. As I selected the data from my previous response, you can see that the data is mapped. And as I have mapped this data, the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this map data. Okay. So as now I've done that, I have written the exact prompt that I want. I'm going to click on this save and send test request button right here. And as I've done that, you can see in the response, we have received the language of the email, that is Hindi. The category over here is inquiry, and the summary, this is the summary of the email. Let me show you the summary. The sender, Rahul Sharma, is interested in a product and seeks information regarding its price, features, and availability. Additionally, he inquires about the international shipping option. Okay, you can see that I've received the summary as well right here. We have detected the language, category, and the summary right over here with the help of our AI agent. So as now we have detected the language and the category and the summary, Now I want to assign this inquiry to my correct team on Google Charts. So I am taking the example of just two languages in this video, that is Hindi language and the English language. In this manner, if you have multiple languages, you can set up the workflow according to your requirement. I have taken the example of two right here. So as soon as if I'm going to receive any emails in Hindi language, automatically the inquiry of that should be uploaded on this space in my Google Chat, that is Hindi support team. But if the email comes in English language, it should be directed towards this space in Google Chat, that is English support team. I have created two different spaces for my teams right here. Okay, so now in order to assign this, firstly what I'm going to do is that in my Gmail account I may receive some spam emails or some emails just for the advertisement, and for those emails also this workflow is going to work. Okay, so now I don't want that. I want to assign only genuine inquiries to my team on my Google Chat space. So now to add the condition to this workflow, just to send the required inquiries to my spaces in my Google Chat, we have to add another action step to this workflow. And for the action application, I'm going to select it as filter by Pabbly. With the help of this amazing feature by Pabbly Connect, we can filter out the values and add a condition in this workflow right here. An action event is going to be filter values. I'm going to click on this connect button. It is asking for me to select the label, filter type and the value. For the label over here in this ChatGPT step, we have received the category. So now let's suppose I have received a spam email over here in my Gmail account and Pabbly Connect captures the response. The OpenAI is not going to generate any sort of category. As I've mentioned all the categories right here, it is not going to select the category. Okay, which is going to help me over here. Okay, we have received the category. I'm going to select the select label as category. Select label of the category is going to contain, is going to contain what first word is inquiry right over here. So I'm going to write over here as inquiry. If this category over here contains inquiry, then this workflow should be executed further after this filter step. Okay, then only this condition is right. I'm going to add another condition as or right over here. I'm going to select the label, the category over here. Filter type, again, I'm going to select it as contains. And for the inquiry, this is for the inquiry, I'm going to write the value over here for feedback. Okay, so if I'm going to receive a feedback over here, I'm going to select as feedback right over here. So if in this category place I receive feedback, then also this workflow should be executed as we are adding OR conditions right here. Okay, now over here I want the category again. I'm going to select as contains, and if it comes over here as support request, okay, if the category will contain support request, then this workflow should be executed further. And I'm going to add a last condition over here, that is going to be the category contains complaint. Okay, then only this workflow should be executed further, this filter step right here. Okay, so these are all the categories, and if the categories are going to contain any of these values, then this workflow should be further executed. Okay, then I'm going to click on the save and send test request button right over here. It comes as success and condition is true because the category contains inquiry right over here. That is why the status comes over here as success. Okay, after adding this filter step, as now we have added this filter step, it is going to only send the inquiries to my spaces in Google Chats if we are going to receive any authentic email. Okay, so after adding this filter, now I want to send these inquiries to my team on Google Chat spaces according to the language. For that, I'm going to add another action step to this workflow, and for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as router by Pabbly. With the help of router by Pabbly, we can conditionally create two routes, and with the help of that, we can send the messages to our correspondent team according to the language that is detected. Okay, for the action event over here, I'm going to select as conditionally run, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. You can see over here we have been provided with route 1 and route 2. So now firstly we're going to set up the route 1 for the Hindi support team. So firstly I'm going to rename this route from route 1 as Hindi support team. Okay, so this is the route 1 name I have given, Hindi support team. This is the route for Hindi support team message. Then I'm going to click on this set filter action step button. Over here, it is asking firstly for us to select a filter. We are going to add a condition why this route 1 should be executed. Okay, for the filter over here, what we're going to do is, as this is for the Hindi support team route right over here, In this OpenAI step, we have received the language. Okay, if the language is going to be equal to Hindi right over here, then this route 1 should be executed after this filter right over here. I'm going to click on the save and send test request button. The condition over here is true and the status over here is success because the language was Hindi. Okay, so as now we have added the filter, this route 1 is only going to be executed when the language detected by our AI agent is going to be Hindi. Okay, then I'm going to add another action step, and now we're going to notify our team on this space in our Google chat, that is Hindi support team. Okay, now as we are sending messages in our Google chat space, so what I'm going to do is over here for the action application, I'm going to select it over here as Google chat hangout. Action event over here is going to be create message. Then I'm going to click on this connect button. It is asking for the chat webhook URL. Using this chat webhook URL, we are going to build the connection between Pabbly Connect and this chat that we have created in our Google chat space. Now to have the chat webhook URL, click on this hyperlink learn more option right over here. As I'm going to do that, you're going to land towards this Pabbly forum help desk page, and following the steps given here below in the help desk, you're going to have the chat webhook URL that Pabbly Connect is asking for. Log into your chat that you have created. This is a chat that I've created in the name of Hindi support team, and I want to connect this chat to Pabbly Connect. For that, over here, click on this arrow next to the name of the space. From this panel, go to apps and integrations option right over here. As you're going to do that, over here, this is the webhooks page. Click on this add webhook button right here. We have to give a name to the webhook. For that, over here, I'm going to give it as new message. Okay, this is the name to the webhook. And for the avatar URL in this forum, we have received this URL. Copy this link address from here and paste this avatar URL right here and click on the save button right over here. You can see it says webhook created. This is the webhook. Over here, I'm going to click on this three dots. This is the link. I'm going to copy it from here and paste this chat webhook URL right over here. This is the chat webhook URL. Okay. And after that, it is asking for the message that we are going to send to this space that we have created in our Google chat. So for the message over here, I'm going to write it as, so this is the message that I have, that is, hello team, we have received a new customer email in Hindi. Category. For the category over here, I'm going to map the date of the category that I've received right over here. So this is the category. I'm going to map the date of the category. It is asking for the customer's email address next. Over here, we receive the email address. So I'm going to search for the email address right over here. So this is the email address. I'm going to map the date of the email address. And for the summary, I'm going to map the date of the summary that I've received right over here. Okay. After filling in all the required details over here in this message, I'm going to click on this save and send test request button right here. And as I've done that, we have received a response, which is a positive response. If I'm going to go and open my space over here, and yes, you can see right over here, I have received this message over here in this space, that is Hindi support team. If I'm going to open my English support team, you can see I didn't receive the message. Okay. Over here it says, hello team, we have received the new customer email. This is the category. Email is right over here. And this is the summary that was generated by our AI agent. Please review and respond promptly. Let me know if you need any assistance. Thank you. Okay. So as now we have received this message in our Hindi support team, this means this route 1 that we have created is successfully working. So I'm going to close this route. Now as our route 1 setup for the Hindi support team is done, in this similar manner, we are going to create another route for English support team. Now instead of doing everything manually, I'm going to simply clone this route over here. And after cloning the route, I'm going to rename this route first. Okay, this is for the English support team. So what I'm going to do is over here, I'm going to create the route for English support team. So I'm going to rename it as English support team right over here. And we're going to make few changes in this route right here. For the filter, now if the language over here is going to be detected by our AI agent as English, then only this route 2 should be executed. So over here for this, I'm going to write over here as English. Okay, the value is going to be English. So whenever the language detected is going to be equal to English, then only this route 2 should be executed. If I'm going to click on the save and send test request button, the status comes as error and the message comes over here as condition is false, because over here the language detected by my AI agent is Hindi and we have written over here the value is English, which is not true. That is why it is coming over here as condition is false. But if the language detected is going to be English, then automatically the status is going to come as true right over here and the condition is also going to become as success. Okay, so after setting up our filter, we are going to make the changes in this step over here also. Firstly, for the chat webhook URL, we are now going to enter the chat webhook URL for this space right here. We are going to create a chat webhook URL for this space over here. I'm going to click on this add webhooks, give the name over here as new message. And for the avatar URL over here, we have received the avatar URL. I'm going to copy it from here and paste it right over here, okay? After that, I'm going to click on this save button. The webhook URL is created. I'm going to copy the link of this chat webhook URL and paste it right over here, okay? So this is the chat webhook URL for my English support team. After that, over here, it is asking for the message. Now, in this, I have mentioned Hindi. I'm going to mention the language over here, which is English right here, okay? So this is the message for the English team, okay? So as now I've already sent the message for this inquiry right over here, simply I'm going to save the changes by clicking on the save button instead of clicking on save and send test request button, okay? So now our root 2 has also been set up. We do not require this step, so I'm going to simply delete the step, okay? Our both of the routes for Hindi support team and English support team is now successfully set up. You can see right over here, okay? So now to check whether both of the routes and this AI agent that we have created is successfully working or not, what we are going to do is we are now going to send another email right over here in this manner as an inquiry. But now I'm going to send it in English language. And I'm going to check whether automatically that inquiry has been assigned to my English support team over here in this Google space or not. Okay. So now what we're going to do is for that, I'm going to write another message right over here. Now over here, I'm going to first fill in all the required details. As I've filled in all the required details, the subject is feedback on recent purchase, and this is the body of the email you can see right over here. This is the feedback right here. I've selected the recipients. Now I'm going to send this email right over here, okay? And yes, you can see over here, this email has now been successfully forwarded. You can see right over here. If I'm going to open my account, I'm going to go back right here, refresh this page from here. You can see I have received this email right here. Now, if I'm going to open my Google Chat space of English support team, yes, you can see over here, this is the message that has been forwarded. It says, you have received a new customer email in English. Feedback is the category, this is the email address of the customer, and the summary is the sender, David Jason, shares the positive feedback about a recently purchased product, highlighting satisfaction with its quality, performance, and prompt delivery. He suggests including detailed instruction with the product, but overall expresses a great experience and interest in future purchase. Please review the response promptly. Let me know if you need an assistant. Thank you. Okay, you can see over here we have received this message in our English team. If I'm going to open my Hindi team, you can see I didn't receive the message over here in Hindi. This means that we have successfully created an AI agent with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done. Over here, I've selected my trigger as email parser, new email received, as whenever my Gmail account is going to receive a new inquiry by the customer or feedback or comment, automatically the trigger over here is going to capture the response of the email received. Okay. Action is OpenAI ChatGPT. This is my AI agent. Using this AI agent, I have detected the language in which you have received the email right over here. With that, also we have categorized the email in further divided categories, and also we have created the summary of the email. Then over here, I've set up this router with the help of which, according to the email that we have received, automatically that comment, inquiry, or whatever we have received from our customers is going to be handed over to my support team according to the language. It's my Hindi support team and English support team. So according to the language detected, automatically that message is going to be forwarded to my team. So this is how I have created this AI agent for language detection and response routing. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.